horses that are owned by this organization I talked about. You can see at these marks, these horses are then owned by this organization. If there's a horse that are owned by a private person, you have the private person's name in front, on top of the horse. So that's the way you can look it out. This stable contains about 60 horses.
This is interesting. I was riding a horse with this name, Topaz, as well.
Really?
Yes, it was an extremely high, big horse, but a good one.
I think a whole lot of horse names are international. You can find them everywhere.
That's right, yes. There are some names like this. Yes.
Here's Topaz, the Swedish Topaz, coming in with a major.
That's him.
Major Viknes, earlier chief for the school. He was one of the men portrayed at Topska Villan. So he has been a teacher here for a lot of years, and he's taking care of the second grade students a little bit. God dag, majorden.
Morgon, håller på att förevia dig.
Ja, blir du i tjeckisk TV?
Jaså? Jaha. Nej.
Taking care of a whole lot of the Swedish riders that are competing in the highest levels. Everyone has been riding for me. It's also a resource for Strömsholms. Jag skvallrar lite grann. Jag bara skvallrar lite grann. These girls are students at the Eriksson, as we're calling it. That's the first step towards being a riding instructor. And they are riding without, what do you call it?
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
And that's only for to correct their
sitting. Yes.
Yeah, so they can work well.
And
the lady standing there is Barbara Fristedt. She is a teacher here. So we can look at these girls in a little moment riding it.
Här kommer mina.
Well, the horses are looking the same in your country, I suppose.
Yes, that's right.
Nothing odd with that.
Nothing very different.
We got the Swedish horse are, as you know, maybe very famous for its gaits. And it moves very good in all the three gaits.
Yes.
So I think it's a very good horse. We have though. We should need some more older horses in this moment. We have a little bit too old horses and too young horses. Like in the between, we need to have some more. So the students have to do a good job here. So we have enough later.
In the future,
yes. How is your country in standard? Are you competing in the massage high class?
Yes, yes. We are competing on the highest level, but I'm very sorry to say that at the moment we are not the best ones. But we are having both horses and riders who are able to compete on that level. Not to win always, but to compete. We are riding Grand Prix dressage, and we are having some more tens of horses who can jump Grand Prix 1.60 m or 70 or whatever. So
you know so little about that country when you are in the north. It's interesting to hear about how your country is. Are not so very thin at this moment. They have just got in from their vacation, the horses.
yes, so we are in good condition.
Yes. A little bit too much to eat, maybe. This is one of the oldest horses that are here, Fox.
Aha, yes.
And he's a gentleman that still works in the school, and he can do all the Grand Prix movements. He's a very cute horse.
Oh, really? Quite an old horse already, yes.
Väggen, ja. Eller?
Ja, det är den här.
The wall is falling
Där
apart.
har lite som på vita någon här. Lite skärpt.
But this horse is very interesting because we have a rider in Sweden. She's named Inga-Maj Bylund. She has been competing in the Olympic Games and things like that. And her horse is a brother to this one. And when she was a student here, she chose this one as her favorite, and she was educating this one and riding it up to Grand Prix. And then when she left us, she bought a brother to this one, and she has been competing with him also. And when you look at him, you don't think he's a smashing horse or that he has anything to do with the Grand Prix decision, but he's a good one. And our students can learn very much
From, yes.
And he's a Danish one, Alexander. So I think he's important.
Another Scandinavian block.
Yeah.
These old horses are always very blunt in the riding school because they are really calm and they know everything and they are able to teach the riding everything. Yes, that's
Absolutely.
right.
But the horses at Strömsholms, they are known as small devils, but because they are testing everyone that are coming here to as a new student. They have their own tricks and they are really testing the riders.
Yes.
So the first 2 weeks they are always falling off to the right and to the left all the time. So these are all the horses that are standing in this stable are used in the dressage movements, and in the red stable we have the horses that we use for the jumpings. So we have them in separate stables. And at the right side here we have our very young horses, the ones that are 5 years old now, but they are out in down in the south of the castle, so I have to go that way to look at them. But they are having exercises down there. Well, you have to meet the little one we have in here. It's a gift to a man that was 50 in the spring. And he's called Pontus Pluring, and Pluring is for the one that are love to earn money. So he's a Shetland pony, and he's very hungry always, and he gets very angry when this. Well, he got him when he was celebrating 50 years. And he didn't know it, and we took the horse up to Stockholm, took him, and put a blanket around his eyes, and put him in the wagon, and put the
Yes, I know. Into his hand.
Yeah. And he was so shocked, he nearly cried for it. And I think it's a good present. It's a very good horse.
Yes, it is. It's a sweet present.
It's a sweet present, yes. If you keep him somewhere.
Yes.
But he's a very good horse in driving, so he's probably competing with him next year.
Aha.
Should we walk then over to the resting?
They started already?
I think we could give them 5 or 10 minutes so they can warm up the horses. You don't have to look
warm
at
up.
that.
Yes, exactly.
It's not so easy. Väskan kan stå, va? Det är ingen fara.
Vad sa du?
Väskan.
Ja, visst.
Det är lite bättre väder. Alltså.
Ja.
The stable is containing also about 60 horses. It's not so old, as you can see. It's built in the early 1932 or 35, and was used during the army time. The army had their education here in 1868 until 1968. And when the army was here, this stable was for the guys that were coming here during their exercises, and the white stable during that time was for the majors and officers and things like that. But when Ridfrämjandet, the organization that are keeping this area now, we are using it only to the jumping horses and the dressage. We are not making difference on students.
Yes,
They did at that time. And when during the army time, they also lived down at the castle. So they had their gymnastic exercises in the big where we have all the beautiful pictures made by one man called Eriksson today. There they had their gymnastics, so they climbed up the walls and things like that. But now it's also open for museum, and you can eat your lunch or dinner down there. It's very, very good, really. So we could maybe walk a little longer down to this table. How silent it was. Everyone is out of it. Hey, ja. Så fina kattungar. Before 1868, the Swedish state government gave money to Strömsholms to the education here, but after 1968 they didn't. So this organization never since then, and that's why we in the Ridfrämjandet, that the organization here has absolutely too little money. But in May this year, it was arranged that the state government again will
give some money to support.
And that's you have to have it because they agree with us that we have to continue to educate riding instructors and also to keep Strömsholm as an institution. It's everyone that you are talking to in every degree agree with us.
Yes.
That we must keep Strömsholm. But they haven't been able to get some money for it until now. But I hope that it will be the best for Strömsholms.
I hope so.
Längre bak. Ja.
I think they can't just say no, we won't keep it and burn it down. They can't do that.
Well, it's very to pity, of course, because it is very nice to keep old tradition nowadays in this over-civilized technical world. So it's really very pleasant to see such a traditional place as it is here.
It is. And I think when the Swedes
Att de tittar.
as well, the Swedes should look at
Please look at the camera.
Well, when the Swedes are working more and more and get less and less free time, when they really get it, they must have it as good as we can do it.
Yes.
So I think it's very, we need to have it the way it
Definitely.
is.
Yes, that's right.
Maybe we should go and see if we can see some lighting now. Oh, that would be fun.
Horses and riding without instructor.
Yes, I think these. Tracks outside. It's what do you call it? That you got from when you are pouring down a car wheel. Rubber. That's good. Outside. But here we keep it with the sand. Now she's going through and giving them the right instructions for how to learn out to their pupils how to make the horse stand still.
Without those, I can't remember how is it called, like in English. I know that in German it is Steigebügel.
Yeah.
So maybe in Swedish it's
Stigbygel.
Yeah.
Do you know what she's talking about? She's talking about when you're going into a program and you're going to stop your horse. You're riding into the hall and then you start move your own body. And then the horse, that's a sign of that you are not correct in your halt. That you have to fix yourself to make it look like it was a perfect stop. They are. We have all these. I told you it was about 90 students. We have 3 boys.
Really?
3. The rest are girls, and that's a sport all over the country. It's about 90% girls that are riding and girls that are instructing and things like that. But when you are getting out to the competition in 160 jump-offs and things like that, that's where the boys are the most part. But we have also a whole lot of girls that are coming up in that class too. They are getting very good, extremely good. The young girls that have been competing with pony and has changed the pony up to a big horse, and they are supported by parents and things like that. They are really working for their success.
Yes.
So I don't know if that's the right way to go, but still there's a lot of girls that are riding and so many boys at riding schools too. That's a question that we are saying to everyone. Why isn't the boys riding? But we think that the girls when the girl is about 9-10 years old, she's so much better than the boy to coordinate her movements than the boys. Maybe that's one of the explanations. Maybe one of the explanations is that the boys don't think that riding is so very tough, you know. They want to ride like cowboys and Indians. They should go less than 9 or 10 years. And the girls want to work with the horse just because she loves it. She is very satisfied with just brushing it and taking care of it. And the good riding only comes as a result of that.
Oh, it's a beautiful movement of the horse.
And that's very... It's often that the Swedish horse are moving very, very beautifully. They are exercising to make the horse to trot into the halt and then stand still. And that's difficult. So it shouldn't be. That horse is called Europe. Yeah, Europa.
Viktigt är också att hästarna inte gör halt över ut i mark. Frambenen och bakbenen blir så här. Det är också bristande ridning innan.
I talked to a lady that was working at a college in the United States last summer. She came here visiting us and has earlier been in Soviet Union to visit their high school in riding. And then she came to Strömsholms. She was about 60 or 78 years old, carrying a camel like that one. And I asked her, why Strömsholm? Well, you see, she said, told me, Strömsholm is for us in America something up in the clouds, something that you're very privileged if you could come to. And I'm confused that Strömsholm is known over there. I mean, Strömsholms is something big here in Sweden, of course, but even in
Over the ocean.
Yeah, they know about this place. That's odd.
Oh, that's nice.
But she said that Strömsholm for them in the United States is standing for classical good riding. That's true. We're good at education of students in dressage and also a little bit in jumping. I mean, the Germans and the Englishmen, men and ladies are a whole lot better than the Swedes are in jumping. So we're good in dressage, but we could be better in jumpings maybe. who is telling them all this. When before they are leaving us, they are having a test to write down all the things maybe that she has said. Maybe they got one question that they should explain how good halt is to be done. So they have to listen very carefully. So they can, and that's what we think is important for the students, is to make themselves understood for their own students later, further on. So that's why it's so important to learn to listen to them. Maybe we should go to look at the yellow hall and up to our new riding hall, and that's a little bit of walk, so if you should make the time, maybe we should go.
Do you think?
Cut!
Yes.
Meters inside of it. And we also have it in this one. Look!
Yes.
And it's not finished yet. The money didn't. special helmet. They have a little bit better.
That means
I think it's no
traditional one.
no this one that this girl is riding in. That's the helmet that they're going to be the one you can use. This girl, she has one of the old helmets. And also the girl that's a debate we have had for several years, and they have been examining a whole lot of injuries that have been riders that have the horse. It's good that they have finally decided how to do it. Yes. And you can either like it or not, but you have to use it. You always got these riders that don't like to have a helmet on their head.
Yes, that's right. But
there's always a debate if it's really protecting you.
I think it is protecting. In many cases, it's just saving the life.
Okay. See at least one before we leave, but I don't know if he's going to talk all the time. Oh, he's there. This is an old horse too. It's called Tellus. He's about, I think he's 15 or 16 or something like that. You see all the old horses as Fox and things like that. The old one also in the white stable. They have had a very long time when they were handed as a very young horse, so they got good ground to stand on.
Yes.
And I think
And
that's
the reason
important.
why
They also
till now can be selected. Yes.
we have had one horse also in this jumping section. He was 21 too, and he was how fresh that you could expect him to be,
Yes,
and he
yes.
was good in every day. Now he has retired.
Yes.
Not going. There's a man who has got him from school to just be a happy old man, gentleman in the country. That's good when you can be able to let the horses get a pension. It feels good. Don't have to make them angels. Maybe we should go further if you should be in a review at 1 o'clock. We can take this.